Hi everyone, this is Noah Sandler from Mtgo Academy, and today we're going to be doing Modern Masters 284, so let's jump into Q. Okay, so we've got a Spellskite and a foil mirror entity. I think Spellskite's worth a decent chunk. I might take that for value. It's 9.5, so definitely have to take that. It's a really good card too, so we're not even losing too much value. But I mean, Mirror Entity is definitely the pick, one of the best cards in the set. And yeah. Also passing a Rootkin, Glenhawk Idol, so some decent affinity stuff. Spellskite could work well there. And Chimeric Mass. Stay with like artifacts, passing an Arrest and an Aversion, also Rampant Growth. And our good friend Goblin Fireslinger. So looking to do affinity, but obviously both these cards are strong in like every single deck, so we're pretty open right now. Wow, third pick Spectral Procession, definitely in for that. Passing Aether Snipe. Not too much else. And Darksteel Axe over Necrogenesis and Shikari and a Flare Husk. So, I mean, we could be like a white equipment-based deck, or still affinity at this point. Wow, pretty powerful pack. Niv Mizzet, Agony Warp, Electrolyze, Thief of Hope, Mirror Enforcer, Gorehorn Minotaurs, and none of them really fit what we're doing currently. So, I guess I'll have to take a sec to think about this. I mean, some nice red-blue cards, but I don't really like red-blue in this format. I could just take the Mirror Enforcer, which, I mean, it's not, like, these gold cards are so much more powerful. Like, a Mirror Enforcer tends to go pretty late. Geez, I guess I'll just ship them along, take the Enforcer, because it's just going to be, I mean, it's early, but these just don't go well in the cards we have so far, so I'm going to take the Enforcer. And Court Homunculus, might just force Affinity from this point on. Definitely a better card than Somber Humberguard. Yeah, so I think I'm in on Affinity. Aether Snipe, Mirror, Citadel, Bauble. For Affinity, Citadel is just going to be the best card. We already have a Mirror Enforcer that goes well with it. And yeah, the Ethercast Knight. I guess this is a different pack. We have 7 here. So Late Night, which is a good sign. And yeah, Tumble Magnet over Peel. Keep with taking all the artifacts theme. So I think there was a Knight in that pack with the Magnet. Yeah, Chancery is pretty strong. If we're running Citadels, it gives us blue and white mana at a 1 land, could be pretty nice. I mean, neither of these works super well with Spectral Procession, but Procession on turn 4 for 2 white is plenty strong. So this is a very good start. I mean, we pass a lot of white, including Mirror Entity, Arrest. The person to our left just has to be in white. So pack 2 might be a little bit weird, but I mean, since we're just in Affinity, it's possible that they'll pass artifact cards and maybe like blue-based Affinity cards, stuff like Dispatch. So we could still end up with a good pack, even though like we pretty much know the person to our left is going to be heavy white. So I wouldn't expect to see stuff like Arrest in the next pack. Okay, Culling Dais. Card is fine. I mean, it's an artifact. We've got a few cards that work well with Proliferate, so something to keep in mind. I don't think there are that many good Proliferate cards, like just in blue. Most of them are in black or like Thrumming Bird. But I guess I could consider trying a Thrumming Bird in this deck, but currently probably not going to. And I think the Dais probably not making the main. In some matchups it's pretty strong, just giving you way to recoup some card advantage when your opponent's playing lots of removal. I think I'm just going to hit the Sculling Death, take a gut shot, but it's not a card I tend to side in often, so I'd rather just hate something that could potentially be very strong against us. In a dedicated Spirits deck, we did pass the Thief of Hope. And I guess I'll just ship the Minotaurs along and take the Expedition map. You can search up Citadel or Chancery, in addition to just being a one-man artifact, so it's frequently better than Wayfarer's Bauble and Affinity. So pretty strong pack 1. Again, not sure if we're going to see white pack 2, but we might see some good artifact stuff, and one of them is Argent Sphinx, so snap that up. Normally I see Affinity as mostly a white deck. I think those are just the strongest Affinity-based cards, are white and artifact, and like a little bit of blue. Sphinx is one of the really good double blue cards, and because I don't expect to see too much white this pack, I think we might end up a little heavier blue. I've had Affinity decks where I just ended up cutting Sphinx and just going mono white before, but I think this is one where we're probably going to take more blue this pack and be a little more split on colors. So Sphinx should be pretty strong here. Nice, got a Lodestone Mirror. Very strong in Affinity. We could table a Court Homunculus or Chancery from this pack. Has some nice synergy with stuff like Darksteel Axe. You just live it, like you can just tap it for free. Spellskite, Citadel. So Mirror could also be pretty strong. We have a Mirror Enforcer, Tumble Magnet, Steady Progress, Thoughtcast. So I don't think we want the Alloy Mirror. It's between Enforcer and Magnet. I don't know how many magnets we want. It's possible as many as you can get. I guess Enforcer's probably tabling anyway, so I'll just take a magnet. And this does make it better if we end up running some kind of proliferate. I think I'd take a Throwing Bird at this point. So we have Mass, the 2 magnets, and might pick up some future stuff. Tezzeret's Gambit and Rusted Relic and Court Homunculus. Can probably table one of the Affinity cards if we pass both. And I mean, Gambit seems like a really nice proliferate card with the magnets. But we can also just take the Relic, which seems very strong. And yeah, I mean, I think Relic is actually just the best card in the pack for us, and we might still get the Homunculus back, so I'll just take the Relic. I think we've got a lot of cheap artifacts, so it should be pretty easy to turn on. Last second to change my mind. Yeah, I'll take Relic. We have a Cathodian, just solid artifact 3-drop. Kitesail's fine too. Late Kozilek's Predator. Oh, I missed a Sunlance in that pack. I think Sunlance was actually the pick. So focus on the artifact theme. Yeah, Sunlance would be better than Cathodian. Pretty weak pack. Deathmark. I think I'll just hate the Sunring Vitae. Don't have enough pump where I'd want Skirmisher, and I'm not a big fan of Rebuttal and Affinity. Soul Eater is quite strong. Versicle Slicer, Shikari, Mana Leak. Yeah, so we didn't see much white that pack, but didn't matter. We saw lots of good Affinity cards. Sunforger. I think Mechanist might be fine, or Servitor's also good. I mean, just giving +4/+0, that being able to activate, not really what I want to do with this deck. So I think I'll take the Servitor, just give us some more early artifacts. Mechanist is also close, but I'd rather make sure I get 2-drops. I think Mechanist is more replaceable. It's not very exciting, even in like the best Affinity decks. I mean, you're getting a portion of a mole drifter, yeah, at best. We have music growth, carnarium, steady progress. I don't think that's quite worth it. Guess I'll just take a otherworldly journey. And there's a thrumming bird. I think I'll take that over vapor snag. It's a pretty good combo with the tumble magnets. And thoughtcast should be good. Swordsmith grabs axe. Fine. I kind of just want to hate the Vitae. Evolving Wilds could make the deck. Might be incorrect, but I just hate facing all those good sideboard cards. Take a Kite Sail here. Hate the Bat. Kite Sail doesn't look great at the moment. If you have more Rusted Relics and Enforcers, it can be pretty strong. But Affinity tends to have a lot of flyers to begin with. O-Ring, ooh, another Procession, Arrest. So, between O-Ring and Procession, I mean, Processions are very strong. Generally could definitely be better than O-Ring. And our mana base might be a little split with like some more Citadels where we might not always get, like if Procession costs 5, I think O-Ring's going to be better. And I mean, yeah, I mean O-Ring's quite strong. So it's close. I think I'm just going to take the O-Ring, but I'm not entirely sure about that pick. Alright, we'll take another Darksteel Axe. Now I'd definitely like to pick up some Shikaris. Let's move out the Kite Sail for now. Another O-Ring. Yeah, sounds good. Okay, Shikari, Ethercast Knight, and Celestial Purge. I do like taking sideboard cards, but I think these two are too strong to pass. So, is it Knight or Shikari? Shikari is really nice with the axes. We might run a Kite Sail, probably not at the moment. Knight could possibly table, but the last one didn't, so I don't think Knight's tabling. And I mean, it is an artifact. It's also good with Axe. So, seems close. I mean, Axe Shikari is very strong. Yeah, I think I'll take Shikari. Seems close, though. And for now, I'll put the Kite Sail back in. Alright, Wayfarer's Bauble, Kami, Grasp, Mechanist. Don't think Bauble's that exciting. So I might just take Mechanist here. Kami could be okay. That's also good against our O-Rings. More of a sideboard card, and then Grasp is good sideboard hate against us, but let's take the Mechanist. Got a Narcolepsy, Chancery. I think I'll take another Chancery. We do have like the double blue, some heavy white. I think it could be decent. Though Narcolepsy just to give us another way to permanently deal with something, but I think we have a lot with the 2 O-Rings, the 2 tumble magnets, and maybe some thrumming bird action on the magnets. I think we have enough ways to just deal with any permanent. Alright, Flare Husk. Since we took the Shikari, I might just take Husk here. Somber Hoverguard would also be pretty strong. I think Husk is the pick. It'd probably be better than the Kite Sail. Maybe I'll just cut Kite Sail. So we've got 24 spells right now. Probably fine. Running 2 bounce lands, 16 lands is okay. And I mean, this looks strong right now. They have plenty of removal, have some really powerful potential starts. I think I want the Swordsmith now. For 5 mana to be able to get an Axe seems good. Got 3 targets for it. So it seems better than Leak. Super late inversion. And a Hoverguard. So maybe Mechanist can go. Thrumming Bird's still kind of cool, but I might just cut it. Just get a little more artifact focused. So maybe just keep it like this. I mean, we only end up with 1 Citadel. Shrivel good against us. Stops Procession. I don't think I care too much. Maybe just hate the Imp. Take Rebuttal for board. Okay, got a Purge back. And get to hate that Grasp. Or we could side it in ourselves. Kohei Baku. Someone's... Either no one's playing Spirits or someone's getting the Nut Spirit deck. Another Harvest Guard. Probably cut 1. I think the map could be cut, but I like being able to get Citadel or Chancery. It probably makes it worth it. Like it's sort of card advantage if I can search for a Chancery. And then just enables us to turn on like Rusted Relic, Enforcer a little bit earlier. Also Thoughtcast helps with Sphinx, Homunculus, Hoverguard. Did I move the Throwing Bird out? So, I mean, Throwing Bird with the Tumble Magnets is definitely sweet. Doesn't matter too much with the mass, but I think we probably just have better cards to play. So I think this is good. This is 8-5. It could be right. There's 7 sources for the Sphinx. We want a lot of white for Procession. Also have Homunculus. Yeah, I think Komodo might be right. Okay. Submit. And I'll see you for round 1. Hey everyone. Ready for round 1. We'll keep this hand a little bit slow, but it's got some removal, and Swordsmith can grab Darksteel Ask or Flare Husk. So, has a little card advantage too. I guess we'll just throw Axe out there. Flamekin Fireslinger. Don't really love O-ringing anything. thing. Feels like a magnet, just like prevent 2 damage, can use it as a fog over time. It's another artifact out for Thoughtcast. But opponent can still drop a Gorehorn Minotaur's next turn off the Fire Slinger. But I'll just try to maintain my life total a little bit. I could also just take the hit for this turn. Maybe that's right. Yeah, I'm sure I can find more than 2 damage on a future turn with the magnet. I mean, I might just get an extra 5 for a Minotaur. No, it just passes. So yeah, go for Soul Eater here. It's possible I'll want to grab the Flare Husk with the Swordsmith. It gives us an extra creature to equip Axe to. And we get to make a really cheap Thoughtcast afterwards. Opponent's stuck on 3 lands. I don't think I get much out of attacking with Soul Eater here. So yeah, I'll just Swordsmith. I could just get another Axe, put it on Swordsmith, but I think just get a 1/1 equipping is probably a little better. Another Tumble Magnet's nice. So just Thoughtcast for 1. Oh, worth mentioning, at the last minute I took out the Expedition map for another Somber Hoverguard. I think I was actually a bit too mana intensive. Like, I think the deck just had too many mana sources and could actually flood out easily. I just wanted another threat. So, and the map is kind of slow. Okay, so we got Sphinx. So we could just O-ring the Berserker. That's probably worthwhile. Yeah, let's put Axe on Swordsmith. I'll send everything. I'll use Tumble Magnet to tap Flamekin next turn. We should have basically limitless taps with the 2 magnets, so I'm just going to use them liberally, try to get as much damage in as possible. A lot of planes. So I think we just get in here for 5. And get an extra tap out of the Soul Eater. Rather than pushing 1 extra damage in, and that's the game. So Celestial Purge definitely coming in. And everything looks pretty good here, so I guess we'll just cut Somber Hoverguard. Okay, opponent goes to 6. Stands fine. Could certainly use some blue mana, but Spellskite can do a lot of work against red decks. And we'll just start with Knight. If the opponent has Lightning Bolt, then it'd be a little better to start with Spellskite, but stuff like Burst Lightning doesn't hit it. I think it's relatively safe. This might be a Berserker here, or a Blood Ogre. Berserker. We just want to O-ring that now. I guess they could have a Gorehorn Minotaurs next turn. Other options are just Spellskite, attack for 2. I think I prefer Ring. The next turn we can go Spellskite, equip Axe. Okay, I definitely like to keep the Sphinx until we get Spellskite out, so let's start with Skite. Then equip Axe, bash for 4. Next turn we can go for Sphinx or Mirror Enforcer with Spellskite backup. Opponent might be on Niv Mizzet. So you can go Axe, Enforcer for 3, leaving up a mana for Spellskite. This sets up lethal for next turn. I'm going to pre-combat the Mirror Enforcer in case opponent wants to do anything. We just make sure that we get the cheaper cost from having all the artifacts in play. Oh wait, no, this isn't lethal. We're going to be one short next turn because we missed the Exalted trigger when we attack with both. So just electrolyze the face. 1 damage, any 2 creatures draw a card, change the target. So I think might as well pay. Just prevent a damage. Oh. Change a target. So there's only 1 target, so all that goes to Spellskite, so that's kind of cool. I was figuring that it would still just, I guess it doesn't target twice, just you just pick 1 target and 2 goes to it, so it can't resplit the damage. That's cool. haven't played too much constructed Magic. Perhaps I would know it if I had played Modern more. Okay, so that's the match. I'll see you for round 2. Hi, we're back for round 2. I'm gonna play first. Hand's pretty strong. I like the Lodestone Mirror, Darksteel Axe synergy. Looks like black-green tokens. Sickle Ripper, not the strongest. It's probably going to run out Soul Eater here. I guess if we go Servitor, it actually blocks better against this board currently. And then drawing a card is probably useful for us since we've got some nice 4-drops. Like Lodestone Mirror can really shut things down. If we go for Soul Eater, we gotta take 2. Because you could sack the Rusalka. I mean, I don't want to trade Soul Eater for Rusalka. So, yeah, it's a little weird. I think I'm just gonna go for Servitor here. You can also just take the 2 hit, but we don't have any white mana yet other than the Chancery, so like until we draw more lands, we're not gonna be able to tap Soul Eater. So I like Servitor and then offering up the trade. I mean, we'll block for Salka for sure. Not quite sure what this attack means. I mean, it could be just like a Vines or something, but it's hard to see how I get really punished for making this block. Yeah, doesn't seem like the best play. Spider. So let's just drop Spectral Proc, I think. I mean, it might not get through for damage next turn, but it might put the most pressure on opponent. Although Rusted Relic also does. You just go Relic, then next turn Lodestone Mirror, bash for 5. It's probably better. Besides, the Spider might mean that our Procession tokens aren't getting in next turn anyway. Okay, Rootkin. It's pretty strong. And Chancery, so we got 2 artifacts out. So we can either go for Procession, Mirror, or Hoverguard. So I think we go for Mirror, play the Chancery. Bash for 5. We could keep back Relic, but if opponent has a rule spell for Mirror, we can't block anyway. So I think we should start racing. And the Mirror by itself can hold off the Spider and trade with the Rootkin. We'll play Chancery, return the island. So we have plenty of white for Procession. don't mind trading off the mirror. Can always go Soul Eater into Procession next turn. Okay, Scoop Mob. That's kind of scary. Probably need to... I mean, we can chump it with Procession for a while. It can block flyers, but probably Soul Eater tapping down's how we'll have to interact with it. Oh, never mind. We actually can't trade with the Rootkin. Opponent can just pay 2 to move a counter over. So we'll have to take 4 if or 5 if opponent swings. Alright, so I think it's just Soul Eater Procession. I think attack for 5. We can make this a 5/5. So it could offer a trade with Scoot Mob, which opponent isn't going to want to take. Still have to probably chump the Rootkin with the Procession token. They're not that useful while opponent has Spired out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Just cause some problems for opponent. All these triggers. Procession's always fun against graphed opponents. Just gotta keep clicking. I think I just got to keep on the pressure with the Relic, but I could leave it back and most likely just hold opponent off for a turn. I mean, I think that's perfectly fine. Removes another flying blocker from opponent, and another... I guess the Rootkin can just keep pulling counters from mobs, so both of these are really huge creatures. Soul Eater can keep one down, and we can chump spirits on the other. Because of that, I think we'll actually just take a hit here. Please no spread the sickness. I think we'll take a hit here rather than chump, because the Root can eventually, moving counters over from the Scoot Mob, can become really big. It is spread the sickness. That's a beating. So we'll tap Soul Eater to pump the mirror in response. Good news is opponent is tapped out for the turn, so they can't actually make a good attack here. I really don't think they want to risk any of their creatures right now. Better just waiting. Yeah, gotta disagree with that. So let's just send this in front. I mean, the Rootkin is just massive with the Scoot Mob. Like, it's just going to keep getting bigger. And our mirror is not going to get big at the same rate. So I like my opponent just holding off for a turn. But here we could draw an O-ring, and we're right back in the game. We've got chumps for multiple turns. So still definitely in this. Let's go with Homunculus. That's a 6/6. I guess opponent can't block for a turn, so they're tapped out. So we can put Axe on one of these flyers. Get in for some damage. Might go Max. And just chump with Rusted Relic for a turn. Just put mass pressure on opponent as much as we can. At some point they might have to hold back extra creatures because of the damage we get in this turn. They might even just hold back. I mean, trading the rest, like getting me to chump with the Rusted Relic compared to holding off all my flyers, I think, yeah, I just gotta sit back. Chimeric Mass. That's kind of cool. Just dump everything into it. It'll never get close to as big as Scoot Mob, but I mean, for the turn that we go all in, gives us an extra flyer. Okay, Grim Affliction. Making the spider a little bigger. Killing a relic, that's actually pretty huge. I mean, not huge, but it's pretty important. Like, a full chump block means that it might be easier for opponent to start just sending in with the mob pretty soon. Scavenger Drake, that's rough. Yeah, that's pretty bad. So I'm going to have to keep chumping here. Drake's going to keep getting bigger. So opponent gives us another turn. Yeah, let's hold back. Necrogenesis. Yeah, that's pretty rough. With the Scavenger Drake, opponent's still sitting back. They can definitely start sending the mob at this point. Yeah, I'm just going to pass. Yeah, hopefully they just give us some more time. So interestingly, they just left up 2 mana rather than continue to Necrogenesis. At some point they should probably put a... I guess they can wait, but they could put a counter on from the spider to give them more flying blockers. That is a big Scoot Mob. I feel like it's going to be pretty hard to win this game from this point. I can't think of any draws that really blow the game open. I mean, an O-ring is nice, but killing the Scoot Mob is good. Is this the turn the mob comes in? Yep. I think we should block. We got a couple tumble magnets, slow the game down a little further. Axe doesn't really do it. I mean, I can send the mass, but just eats the Necrogenesis token, Drake gets bigger. put the mouse in front of a token, spirit token in front of the mob, and we'll take the rest. I think I can concede now. So, Celestial Purge comes in. Maybe Mechanist or Rebuttal. Grasp kills Necrogenesis, but sometimes it's already done damage by the time you can cast it, so I don't think we want that in. Yeah, it might not change too much here. Maybe just a Hover Guard out. Alright, that was turn 3 equipped Shikari swing. Axe is nice too if we draw land. Proc. We'll just move the Husk over. You could play Axe, like assuming we don't draw land next turn, then equip Axe to Shikari. But yeah, I mean, when we draw land, we can play Axe and make it 5 power. So with the Rusalka, he can block and sack to prevent the lifelink, but it's still going to be pretty hard for opponent. So hope we draw the land. Scoop Mob. No, didn't draw land. So we'll keep sending Shikari, play Axe. The opponent's sort of low on life, we're pretty high. That Skip Mob could be a problem. We've got a lot of tappers, so we might be okay. But we need to draw that third land pretty quickly. Okay, good. So now send Shikari. Opponent could have like a Scatter the Seeds here. Or maybe Grim Affliction actually, but nothing we can do about that. Okay. Let's go Soul Eater. Okay, spread. And that 5th land for Mob. Spell Sky, a little late. Could Cathodian. Could Skype tap Mob. I think I'll Cathodian and pay 2 to tap. Let's try to get more damage on the table. Let's go equip Axe and Husk to it or something. Yeah, hopefully with the Tumble Magnet, Soul Eater, we can tap things down enough, poke damage through. And Spectral Procession could certainly be nice as well. Scuttling Death doesn't get anything back right now. Could get back a Rusalka. Don't want to trade off the Cathodian here. Could go Axe, pay 2, tap down Death. Homunculus. Then we would just chump with Homunculus rather than tapping. That gives us 2 taps instead of 1. Yeah, puts opponent on like a 2-turn clock. They have to chump with Rusalka. Then we could Tumble Magnet. I mean, we're falling behind here. Like, we really wanted to draw these lands, but this does give us something going on. Dude just died of removal. Yep. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm certainly not concerned about playing around anything there. Like inversion, they can death get it back. I mean, we're certainly losing this game. I could have gone for a Spellskite on an earlier turn, but yeah, we're just falling too far behind. I didn't think I had time to play things out optimally. I think it's just, yeah, missed too many land drops. Like, yeah, normally you want to protect, just get the Spellskite out early, so you could protect against like spread and aimless inversion, but we just had to throw things out there, try to plot a path to victory with the Cathodian attacks and hope that opponent didn't have too much else. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that draft. I mean, Infinity is nice. I thought our deck was pretty strong. Just got, yeah, a little flooded first game, little screwed this game, and had to face a giant Scoot mob. So, thanks for watching. See you next time.